apologies, this video was supposed to come out months ago. I will try to have the most current updates available if there are any since I started working on this video. But yeah, this was supposed to come out months ago. There are unfortunately edits to the Zina and Poppy situation, or I mean like updates, not edits, updates to the Zina and Poppy situation. And yeah, so this video is going to be talking about those today. So our first update comes from Twitter, specifically Melena's Twitter account. And the first thing that happened was I saw a tweet where she mentions taking down the docks, but there wasn't any like context to it or for it or whatever. So also I tend to say I when I really should probably say we, because technically it was Adrian who saw this tweet first. But anyway, the point is, there was a tweet, and I saw that, we saw the tweet and made some impulsive judgments based off it, and then learned this rabbit hole is deeper than we thought. I unfortunately read at 2 miles per hour. So originally, I decided that I was going to record myself reading it really slowly and then speed it up, which actually, while it didn't sound too bad, did lengthen the video quite a bit. I'm surprised how much shorter the video got when I, used the TTS voice instead. So yeah, all tweets in this video are going to be read by a text-to-speech voice.
If taking the docks down, this is far beyond the visibility and potential damage that any of us wanted. Poppy, am calling for a ceasefire and block me on Discord to discuss terms.
Now, this tweet without any more context made a lot of people upset, including us, because it sort of seemed like she was kind of not taking the situation seriously anymore. But that is not entirely the case. Because of things that we're going to get into later, it is very, very obvious that, one, she is right when she says in other tweets, not to poison the well, but that, there's things going on behind the scenes that the rest of us don't know, which is true. So it is very possible that there's stuff going on behind the scenes, but also, when you have YouTubers making inaccurate videos, a good example of that is one that we'll get into in a little bit, it kind of makes sense why maybe taking down the evidence for this situation happened, even if, it, and as I'll get into in later parts of this video, the docks were put back up and stuff like that. So they will eventually put back up, but there were some things going on that they had to be temporarily taken down, but me and a lot of other people had kind of jumped to conclusions. I did take screen recordings of other people's responses, but I have no idea how to block out names like you can in pictures. I have no idea how to do that for videos. So I think I will just show our response to this tweet to avoid accidentally doxing people's names and Twitter names, obviously. I know it's public on Twitter, but still.
Oh no, on the one hand you gotta do what's best for you, but now there's just this stupid vid by PZ that makes Spawn look like the villain, which isn't a good thing. BC, we almost fell for that vid before finding the evidence here. Adrian.
So after we made our reply like that, we went on their page and we found the tweet I'm about to show you here.
I am stressing this is in concurrence with my lawyer's advice. Anyone who's questioning my decision here, including taking and leaving the docks down, understand I'm listening to my lawyer here who is making sure I don't do dumb shit.
This probably goes without saying, but if someone is going through a a legal case or consulting a lawyer on something, it kind of makes sense that they might want to keep certain information private. And yeah, I do think our jumping to conclusions was maybe kind of stupid, but like...
So yesterday was intense. Now that we've gotten some rest, Poppy, you have until the end of the day to respond to my offer. At that point, the docs go back up. This isn't just about you. It's about your friends and community. You want this to stop. Here's a chance.
Like, at first, my thought process was, ew, threatening people, ew. But then, like, I, thought about it for more than 2 seconds and realized sometimes threatening people is the only way you can get them to change their behavior. So I totally get why Melena's like, oh yeah, like, maybe be a better person and we will not hold this evidence against you. It's the same reason why when people get in trouble sometimes, like with the law, if they are well behaved, the other stuff, the previous records get sealed. It's a good motivator to get people to not be assholes.
I've always taken what I thought was the right path regardless of how people disagreed with the grace I was offering and to who occasionally it backfires. But that's the risk. I don't need spectators to accept it. I do don't know the details, so let me cook.
I'll be honest, right here is a perfect example of how to tell people to shut up and calm the fuck down. Because ultimately, sometimes in situations with public figures, those of us watching, we want those public figures to be held accountable. But the fact is, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes and the ways and means that they are or not being held accountable. And sometimes we all need to kind of just sit down, take a chill pill, and not pressure people and be annoying and all that shit.
Damage to them, justice, and my own well-being have always been secondary to the safety of those I'm trying to stand up for. Optics and the opinions of third parties has never mattered as much as those in supporting, so we'll take any shot at an end that I can.
And again, like, this is a good point that I don't think that we had thought of at the time, and probably a lot of other people sometimes forget. Like, at the end of the day, it's up to the people who were hurt by the person that they hurt, how they want that person to be held accountable. At the end of the day, a victim should not, or a survivor or whatever, of any kind of mistreatment, whether that be something that's a legal thing or just unfair treatment or whatever, it is up to them. It is 100% up to them how they are, how they feel about the situation, and not up to everyone else. I tried to also, to be fair, look at Zina and Poppy's Twitter, and I couldn't find anything because their Twitter was private, and they had a thing that they said they have a stalker named Mimi, which I'm guessing is a nickname for Melena. Yeah, ew. Gross. So yeah, all you can see here is their YouTube and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I got there. Now we get to the good part that we're all waiting for, because yes, while all of what I said earlier is true, let's be real, all of us would prefer, at least all of us in the system anyway, would prefer this evidence be publicly available so people know exactly who they are dealing with.
The hub doc for our PZ documents. So far, the attached thread is also the main one that will continue to be updated with links to significant posts. It's given her plenty of opportunity to stop. She somehow still thinks she's in a place to make demands shame.
So yeah, we did double check that, it wasn't because of Twitter pressure that this was happening, because we'd feel really, obviously we were kind of late to the game. Other people had already been kind of pressuring, as you can see, because a lot of the tweets we found were tweets that posted before we asked the question we asked. But still, Twitter pressure bad. So yeah, anyway.
I thought you had to take the docs down for legal reasons. Are you going to get in legal trouble doing this?
Like I said, I think it's important for those of us on the outside to not demand information and to be willing to think of other people's, like, safety first and not necessarily information first. Like, if information is unsafe to share, we shouldn't expect people to share it.
This move has been 100% lawyer approved.
So all's well that ends well so far. Last time I checked, the, like, master thread doc thing is still pinned in her Twitter and is still viewable and has, like, all the docs and the information in it. So yay!
Yeah, glad you're able to have the info up safely now.
Cut the part of me reacting to Turkey Tom's stupid video out of this video and made it its own video because it was distracting.
In case it's not obvious, I'm not on board with Turkey Tom or his video on this topic. It's full of misgendering and gets quite a few things wrong when it's not copying our homework. Jess Sotheby is not a PC supporter and had time to go back to being a full-time silly goose.
Yeah, this tweet was made before the docs were taken down. Like I had said before, I made the reaction to Turkey Tom's video. I had made it its own video at one point, and then I was like, you know what, this is distracting to the rest of the video. So I made it its own video. I will link it in the description along with Melena's Twitter. And then I've also put them in the comments because my Twitter links don't work yet. Not just Twitter, but like all links don't work yet because YouTube is dumb and wants more of my personal info, and I'm not willing to give them that. With that being said, I hope you found these updates helpful, and feel free to leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And have a good day.